This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this evening, Rivers State government orders complete shutdown of trading activities around Oginigba Slaughter Market in Trans-Amadi. Fire guts 18 furniture shops in Port Harcourt. Man drowns in swamp while attempting to escape police arrest in Port Harcourt. 3 suspects killed in gun battle as police rescue abducted wife of Benue Commissioner. Resident doctors begin indefinite nationwide strike. And on the foreign scene, UK summons Iran's ambassador over last week's attack on oil tanker off the coast of Oman. I am Carl Orakwue with the news. The Rivers State Executive Council has approved a total shutdown of the Oginigba Slaughter Market in Trans-Amadi, Obiakpo local government area. Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Fred Packle, while briefing newsmen at the end of its weekly Executive Council meeting today, said all trading activities at the market have been stopped by the council. Dr. Packle said the state government have approved a new project at the site.
A new project of government will be built at Trans-Amadi soonest. All occupants and those doing business in the slaughter in Trans-Amadi are hereby advised back out of that land and the premises on or before 1 month, as government intends to do a new project in that area. We are aware of the zoonotic diseases we have, and if we don't eat under a very hygienic environment, it will be very detrimental to our health. It is therefore very important to inform the general public that just in some couple of weeks, the modern abattoir at Mboshimi Rumeme will commence.
Indeed, the Rivers State Executive Council last week approved the building of a new slaughterhouse in Mboshimi. Now, at least 18 furniture shops along Malfo Market Junction on Ikwere Road in Port Harcourt were gutted by fire today. Some of the affected shop owners spoke to our correspondent about the cause of the fire.
The weather man not even fitted and made them come out foam, made them cheap foam because foam they like fuel. So the sinners then they wear the tinner, so the tinner contact fire for inside, one inside and one outside. Fire start, the guy now can't jet alone. And the tinner fuel, even the whole ceiling everywhere now, nobody will bring anything. This is my brother shop now. I'm about to do wedding this month, 28th of this month. I'm from village, you want friend self, enjoy the go house now. You know from village, come back, go make an arrangement, everything. So all the whole shop, nobody will bring anything.
See my shop, almost how much goods with there inside, everything born. Everything born. I have one shop. It's more than close to 20 shops.
On their part, some residents who rallied to put out the fire regretted that several attempts to reach firefighters failed.
So now you are conducting this interview. Fire service did not come. We have not seen them.
How many hours did it take this fire to come?
More than 3 hours. More than 3 hours.
More than 3 hours. So can you tell me what really happened, sir?
They have lost a lot of millions, so that's what I can say. But there's no fire service that appear here to put out the fire.
Just the members of the church and people around, good citizens that were around here that were able to put up the fire to this level you are seeing. But for now, we've not seen the fire service. They've called them, several persons have called, and we're not seeing them. So, but by the grace of God, those around, the boys around, were able to break in and were using buckets to quench the fire.
It's so annoying to know that they've actually called fire service and up till now they are not here, because this is something that they would have responded so quickly, but they are not here.
Yes, sir, not like fire service.
Our correspondent Soibi Ruari reports that the chairman of Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State, George Ariolu, visited the scene of the fire incident and advised residents and business owners to install fire extinguishers in their shops and homes in case of any fire outbreak.
From the on-the-spot assessment, we hear that somebody was trying to put on a generator, and it's part of, like they say, accidents don't just occur, they are caused. It depends on us individuals handling materials that can easily ignite fire to handle with care. That is what is important, because if you ask me for this fire to have gone this way, maybe they were putting on the generator inside a house that is loaded with foam, which of course is not supposed to be. And imagine the level of damage.
Moving on, residents of Rumigbo area of Port Harcourt say a young man drowned in a swamp this morning while attempting to escape police arrest. Eyewitnesses said the man, a labourer, was working at a site on Chief Eze Baraba Street, Rumigbo, when policemen showed up. The eyewitnesses said the young man kept running deeper into the swamp as the police officers kept threatening to shoot him.
The Nigerian police have shown professionalism. They have risked their lives.
I do beg your pardon for that mix-up. His body was yet to be retrieved as at the time of filing in this report. Our correspondent gathered that the resident had invited the police to arrest labourers working at a site after telling them several times that the owner of the construction, or rather after severally telling the owner of the construction site to remove the sand used to block the gutter opposite his house. Operatives of the Benue Joint Security Patrol Team have killed 3 suspected kidnappers and rescued the wife of the State Commissioner for Lands and Survey, Aundeva Inege Bernard. Mrs. Inege was kidnapped around July 29, shortly after she returned from Dauda Town, an outskirt where she went to visit her parents. Reports say 3 other suspected kidnappers escaped during a gun battle. The Benue State Governor Samuel Otom spoke as the police paraded the bodies of the suspects.
The Nigerian police have shown professionalism. They have risked their lives and were able to trace these kidnappers and apprehended them after a heavy gunfire exchange. And they gunned them down, and I'm sure some of them escaped, but I'm very sure that they will also be apprehended. And they succeeded in rescuing my commissioner's wife and the driver that 4 days ago were kidnapped by this group. AIG, I want to commend you and your team and all those who supported and made available information to the police to be able to apprehend these people.
A political analyst, Kenneth Nweke, says the suspension of DCP Abakari by the Nigerian police force shows the neutrality of the government in the fraud allegation against him. In an interview with our correspondent, Professor Nweke commended the police for acting swiftly to save the image of the police before the international community.
There's nothing else that the Nigerian police could have done other than place a suspension order on Abakari while the investigations, last. Of course, this particular case has brought some bad image before Nigeria and Nigerians in the international community. I think that in swiftly reacting to the allegation by FBI, what the Nigerian police have done is something that must be commended.
Still ahead of the news this evening, resident doctors begin indefinite nationwide strike. Do stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. 3 students from Lucille Education Center in Bonny Island have emerged the winner of the NLNG 2021 Secondary School Science Quiz Competition. The competition, which was facilitated by Dragnet Solutions, held over the weekend at Ibanise Hall, Bonny Kingdom. The winners were given cash prizes and other gift items like laptops, textbooks, laboratory equipment worth over 1.5 million naira. Faith Academy Secondary School took 2nd place and Legacy International College Finima took the 3rd place. One of the winners from Lucille Education Center, Sylvia Dabuta Simon Hart, who spoke One of the winners from Lucille Education Center, Sylvia Dabuta Simon Hart, who spoke on behalf of our colleagues, encouraged students to study hard. Also speaking, teacher and coordinator, Lucille Education, Godwin Ini, said their victory is an opportunity to show the world that their school is a great school and boost students' confidence when writing external exams. Earlier, Senior SD Advisor, Schemes and Programs, NLNGs Limited, Chinyere Anurukem, in her welcome address, said NLNG Bonny chose to host this year's edition because science students, especially those in secondary schools, need to be prepared to meet up with the global challenges and technological advancements. Still on that, on his part, Vice Chairman Bonny Chiefs Council, Chief in charge of Education, Haniel Jack Wilson Pepple, commended NLNG Bonny Island, saying they have done well than other IOCs in Bonny Island. Resident doctors at the River State University Teaching Hospital and their counterparts at UPTH had joined the indefinite nationwide strike over welfare issues. The president of the Association of Resident Doctors at RSUTH, George Ella, told correspondent Martha Okere that they joined the strike because the River State government is yet to pay COVID-19 inducement hazard allowance.
The workload is so much,
Dr. Ella said the lack of employment in the health sector of the state has created a heavy burden and more workload on the doctors.
The workload is so much, it places excess burden on the doctors. A lot of doctors at the moment as we speak are depressed. We are appealing to both the federal and state governments to address the welfare needs of doctors so that can reduce the exodus of doctors out of the country.
Dr. Ella also said when asked what the union will do if the state government decides to implement its no work, no pay policy, Dr. Ella had this to say.
We believe that the governor is a man with a listening ear, a man, that understands the importance of health. The governor is saddled with quite a lot of responsibilities. We don't know everything that's going on. So if you look critically into the challenges that the then doctors are crying out loud on, we believe that we attend to them and even the strike should not be prolonged.
The federal government has taken delivery of another tranche of COVID-19 vaccine doses. The latest tranche, over 4 million doses of the Moderna vaccine, was donated by the U.S. government. Representatives from UNICEF and USAID officially presented the vaccine at a ceremony in Abuja. The vaccines had arrived Nigeria on Sunday via 2 planes. In business news, figures by the NNPC say petrol consumption in Nigeria leaped by 340 million litres within a space of 1 month. Providing data contained in its March 2021 financial and operations report, the oil firm said 1.75 billion litres of petrol was consumed in March. Entertainment. Nollywood stars who featured in a yet-to-be-released movie, Love Castle, have mourned the demise of their colleague Rachel Oniga. A movie producer, Beatrice Funke Ogunmola, in her tribute, described Oniga as an icon. Oniga, before her demise, featured in the movie alongside Kehinde Bankole, Jide Kosoko, Zach Oji, Desmond Elliott, Femi Adebayo Salami, Adedimeji Lateef, and Halima Abubakar. In sports, Commonwealth champion Blessing Oborodudu made history today as the first Nigerian to reach the final of a wrestling event at the Olympics. This is after recording an impressive 7-2 victory over 2012 bronze medalist Batsaseg Soronzonbold of Mongolia in the last full clash. Foreign news, the UK has summoned Iran's ambassador over last week's attack on an oil tanker off the coast of Oman, in which 2 crew members, a Briton and a Romanian, were killed. The UK Foreign Office said Iran must immediately cease actions that risk international peace and security. The UK, US and Israel blame Iran for the attack, which comes amid long-running tensions between Iran and Israel. Iran calls the accusations baseless. And that's it here on the news this evening, but before we go, here's a quick look at the major stories. Earlier on, we told you the River State government has ordered the complete shutdown of trading activities around Oginiba Slaughter Market in Trans-Amadi. Fire has destroyed about 18 furniture shops in Port Harcourt. You heard a man drowned in a swamp this morning while attempting to escape police arrest in Port Harcourt. 3 suspects have been killed in a gun battle as the police rescued the abducted wife of a Benue commissioner. Resident doctors have started an indefinite nationwide strike over welfare issues, and on the foreign scene, the UK has summoned Iran's ambassador over last week's attack on an oil tanker off the coast of Oman. The news was edited by Choma Ezenwafo. For eyewitness reports and breaking news stories, do contact our newsroom on 0818 900 0017. Cloudy weather is expected in Port Harcourt this evening. I am Carl Orakwue. Goodbye.